Hey yo, what's up everybody? It's Stretch D Best. Y'all know the rest. We back with another video. Today is going to be something a little different because I usually do reviews on animes and mangas, but Sora has been pushing me to get this video out for the longest, and I did just start recently getting into like TV shows, like actual TV shows, like not like anime and manga, like actual live action TV shows with real people and shit. And one of the shows that I watched was called Dexter. And with Sora, when I told Sora that, Sora was like, "You should do a review on it." And he kept pushing it, so I'm like, okay, let me get him a review. And y'all deserve it. Y'all been waiting patiently. And yeah. So, anyways, we just gonna hop right into the review for Dexter. And just to let y'all know, there are 2 more series after this that I will be checking out. And if this video does good, I will do reviews for those 2 as well. But anyways, let's hop into this review. So for those of you that don't know what Dexter is a show pretty much about this guy named Dexter Morgan. And he's a forensic scientist, a blood spatter analyst to be exact. And he pretty much goes day to day. He has a girlfriend who has 2 kids. I forget the girlfriend's name. I gotta remember her name, but I forget her name. And basically, he goes everyday life as a forensic scientist, blood spatter analyst, solve crime, shit like that, yada yada yada. So what all of the people that surround Dexter don't know. Oh, by the way, he works for Miami PD. What they don't know is he's a serial killer. Now, Dexter is not your average serial killer who just kills random innocent people. Dexter kills other serial killers. So basically, people that spill the blood of the innocent, those are his victims. And Dexter has been doing this since childhood because when he was in a container, he was in this container at like the age of 3, and he seen his mom get chopped up. And he got adopted by this one cop named Henry Morgan. And Henry Morgan. And basically, Henry realized Dex had these urges to kill. Like, he didn't know what it was. I mean, he pretty much knew what it was, because that seeing your mom get chopped up at the age of 3 and being left in a pool of blood would traumatize any kid. But it really fucked Dexter up. So now he's really fascinated with seeing blood. And basically, Henry teaches him how to harness these urges and use it to spill the blood of those who spill the blood of the innocent. So it's kind of like a little crusade he got going on. And yeah, and Henry only did this because he feared for the fact that Dexter, when he got older through life, that he wasn't going to be able to control these urges, and eventually he was going to hurt somebody. And come to find out, as you go through along the series, Henry was wrong. Dexter starts off with this whole no emotions, hard ass. Well, not a hard ass. He real nonchalant. But he really shows like no emotion to anything. He doesn't really get upset. He doesn't really get attached to things. But he starts to get attached to like the people that he loves, the people that he's around, some of the people that he worked with at Miami PD, and shit like that. So yeah, Dexter is pretty much a serial killer that kills other serial killers. Now, there are 8 seasons of Dexter. I'm not going to sit here and talk about all 8 seasons. I'm pretty much just going to talk about the parts that I liked and why I enjoyed this show so much. So, character-wise, my favorite characters are Deb, Dex, Sergeant Batista, Captain LaGuerta, and Masuka. So starting off with Deb. Deb is Dexter's adopted sister, Henry's actual daughter. So Deb and Dex actually grew up, but Deb got less attention from Henry than Dex did because Henry was so busy trying to fix Dex, he didn't really give too much time to Deb. So Deb learned by watching them. She learned how to be a detective by watching them. And Deb didn't start off as a detective. She started off as like a regular rookie cop or whatever. And she moved her way up. At first, her and LaGuerta didn't get along because LaGuerta was such a, I go front. LaGuerta was being a little bitch. LaGuerta is this lady, she's like, she was the sergeant before Batista. And basically, she felt like Deb wasn't ready to go into actual cop work. She felt like she was better stuck under, like, doing like little, what's it called, like, undercover work, basically. That's basically what she was. And she put her undercover work on the corner, basically where the pimps, the prostitutes, and all that other shit. And Deb eventually moves up from there into homicide, into detective. She actually becomes a sergeant later on in the series. Now, I'm not going to spoil everything, but yeah, I'm going to tell you, like I said, I'm going to tell y'all key parts. So, Deb is one of the people that actually almost catches Dexter a couple times because she gets so close to certain cases that she ends up overlapping what he's doing. So the show actually shows like how high the stakes are for Dexter. Because if Dexter gets caught, regardless if he's killing those that deserve it, it's not within the law. So the way Deb is seeing it, like, yo, yeah, these people are bad, but at the end of the day, we have a law to follow, and we got to follow that law. But the way Dex looks at it, the law doesn't always work, and that's what Henry taught him. That's because of what Henry taught him. The law doesn't always work. Some people get off of murder or rape or, stuff. Some people do get off of that, and that does happen in real life. And I like that they pressed up on that because that actually does really happen in real life. Where people get off of shit that they did and they actually do deserve to be punished for it, but they don't. And Dexter is basically like the Punisher. He's the Punisher without all the extra guns. Literally. And yeah, Deb is basically trying to crack the case of the nickname of the Bay Harbor Butcher, which is the nickname that they gave Dexter when they started noticing all the people that got off were starting to get killed, and they're starting to follow through. They're like, damn, that's a little weird. The other day, he just got off, and, he can't be charged. And it's crazy because technically, if they did charge him for the same crime twice, it would be double jeopardy. So it'd be kind of hard to get them back in the court. So Dex, like I said, Dex takes it upon himself and does it himself. He punished them himself. He got a little ritual. Dex basically he cuts the side of their face, like right here, and he used like the little lab tablets that they use for blood, and he keeps it in like this little box, and he keeps a box of all these blood samples, and each blood sample represents each of his victims. And that is so cool. I ain't gonna front. As sick as that sounds, it is a cool concept. Because at the end of the day, he is only killing blood and people that kill the innocent. So people are deserving. Which me, I don't see a problem with. Personally, I don't see a problem with it. But like I said, we have laws that we have to follow, and sometimes those laws don't work. And Dexter knows the consequences of breaking these laws and committing these crimes. But he knows how to keep a low profile as well. Henry taught him how to not get caught. He gave him a code, and Dexter follows that code to the T. Don't get caught. Don't let anybody know. And always, I think it's always cover your steps. Like, always cover your back type shit. But yeah, I like Deb because Deb is headstrong. She fights with. If she believes something ain't right, she gonna prove it. She gonna prove it ain't right. Even if nobody don't listen to her, she gonna prove it, and I respect that. I respect the hustle. Um, Batista, Batista is like everybody's big brother. He gives advice even though he doesn't follow most of his advice, but he does try to get the younger ones to try not to follow in his footsteps, and I respect that. I wish he, later on in the series, he does get better at following his preaching, what he practice, what he preach. He does get better at it, so I respect Batista for that. I really do, cause he really is a good dude. Just been through some times, and I can understand that because that's real life. Real life. Batista is literally everybody else in the world. He doesn't have a perfect marriage. He doesn't have a perfect life. He got, he gets paid really well. He lives his life the best he could. And yeah, um, let me see who else. Masuka. Masuka is one of my favorite characters because Masuka basically lightens up the darkened times. So basically Masuka is like Ryan Reynolds without the superpowers. So yeah, he's Deadpool without the superpowers, and he's funny, and he can't fight, but he's funny as a bitch, and he does lighten up the mood whenever things tend to get dark. He's like this one person, like he says stupid things at the wrong time, but you can't get mad at it. You just could laugh at it and just look at him and be like, dude, really? Now sometimes he does go a little overboard to the point where you can get mad at him, but most of the time Masuka just a chill dude who like to crack jokes, and I respect that. He does his job, crack jokes, and do his thing. Now, that's another one. I forget. I'm not gonna name everybody in the department that they work in the police department that they work in, but those are some of my favorite characters and why I like them. So moving on to seasons. Now, season one, in my opinion, has to be one of the best seasons ever in the series. Because season one with the ice truck killer, oh my God, it was amazing. It was amazing. Because this was what gave Dexter his first little challenge. And there's a reason why it was a challenge for him, because he's deeply connected with the ice truck killer. I'm trying not to say too much without, with spoiling it. So he's really connected with the ice truck killer. And crazy thing is, the ice truck killer was closer to them than they thought. Even Dex couldn't figure it out at first. And we find out more about Dexter's past, about why Henry saved him, and how Henry found him, and all this, that, and the third. And I ain't gonna get too much into that, but yeah, go check out the show. So the ice truck killer was unique with Dexter because the ice truck killer was one of those killers that Dexter, he was pretty much like Dexter. He was smart. He was manipulative of the scene. He made sure he covered his tracks, and he also followed by a code. But it was a different code than Dexter. It wasn't the whole good morals code. It was more like a free type code. Like, I'm free to do what I want type shit. So Dexter had to deal with that. And yeah. So, shit, damn. Excuse me, y'all. It's like 7 something in the morning going on 8. I'm a little tired, so I try to catch my thoughts. But, yeah, this show was good. Another season that I liked was the Trinity Killer season, because that's where things start to get heated up for Dexter. This is where Dexter literally almost got caught up. That and this killer was also catching on to Dexter. He would follow Dexter to his job, to his place of living, business, because he wanted to know who Dexter Morgan was and why he was after him. and Dex just had to step it up a notch. But yeah, that I like the seasons where Dexter is challenged by these people. He's like he feels challenged. He feels like these people are almost like him, which some of them are actually. They're pretty much him, just went down a different path. They're him if they didn't have Henry. And he sees that, and Dexter doesn't want to be that. Dexter wants to be this family man. He wants to have a family. He wants to live a normal life. He wants to be able to just be normal. Just not, I'm not going to say he doesn't enjoy killing, because he does enjoy it, but it scares him that he enjoys it. He fears for the people that he loves, that one day he's going to turn on them. And I get it, because like it's scary. Like you don't know what you know what you're capable of, and that's the problem. You don't want to hurt nobody around you that you love, but at the same time you gotta do what you gotta do, because this is how the world is. This is what's going on. So certain situations you gotta do it. And Dexter, yeah, he does it. He does what he gotta do. Another season that I liked was the Doomsday Killer, which is where this really pushed Dexter to his limits, because this killer was actually manipulating Dexter, and Dexter don't normally get manipulated. Dexter usually is doing the manipulating, so it really put him in like a tough spot where he was like, damn, can I really do this? Can I catch this guy? Like, because MPD couldn't do it, so he's like, damn, he really played them, and he played me too. So that season really pushed Dexter to the edge, like to the absolute edge. Bro was about to give up. Like, I never seen Dexter down on his knees until this season. It's gonna be a while before, if you do watch it, before you get to this season, because it's like, I think it's like the last season. But yeah, it's the seventh season. It's the seventh season. But yeah, Doomsday Killer, one of the best seasons they had. Couple of things I didn't like. It was probably like two characters I actually did. Three characters I actually didn't like. One dude named James Dokes, another dude named Joey Quinn, and I started not to like LaGuerta towards the end. So, I don't like James Dokes because Dokes is always on Dexter. Like, he was always on Dexter. Dexter wouldn't even be doing anything. But I kind of got it because he was the one that could tell something was up with Dexter. James could tell something was up with Dexter that just didn't sit right with him. And James Dokes is basically this detective that came from special ops in the military. And he basically read Dexter like a book. He's like, yo, that nigga's not normal. I don't care what y'all say, what y'all talking about. He's not normal. I'm not going to treat him like he's normal. But what I don't like is like, bro, you being a bully now. He was basically trying to be a bully to Dexter. And Dexter, having to play off who he is, had to play this role because he don't want to... Even though Dokes is a dickhead, Dokes is still an innocent. Because Dokes is not somebody who's dropping the blood of the innocent. So Dexter's like, I want to, but I can't. Because at the end of the day, he doesn't fit the code. And if you don't fit the code, I can't do it. But yeah, I just didn't like Dokes because I felt like he was too hard on like, I get it, you on to him, but you gotta make it that obvious, bro. Now I know I gotta hide it from you, but you gotta make it that obvious. Then he started like harassing Dexter, following him around. And I'm like, bro, you like doing too much. Low key, you risking your job. And yeah, and I just didn't like Dokes at first because he was just doing too much. And yeah, that was pretty much it. He was just doing too much. Now, the next person I don't like is Joey Quinn. Where the fuck do we start with Joey? Joey was just, oh my God. he did stupid shit that fucked it up for both Dexter and Deb. He gave Deb problems because he didn't do Deb dirty, but at the same time he did stupid shit that made Deb dislike him. Like, really bad. And if Deb don't like you, I don't like you. I ain't gonna hold you. But it was also the fact Quinn would do stuff that would fuck up the cases and cause the cases to go wrong. And it would like fuck up Deb's whole flow. Deb and Dex's whole flow. Because while Deb trying to solve the case, she don't know what Dex is doing, but Deb trying to solve the case. And yes, Dexter had something to do with some of these people getting off just so he could go kill him. But Joey would like fuck it up by like sleeping with them or basically trying to take matters into his own hands. What Dex is doing the same thing, but Joey would do it to the point where like they can't convict nobody. They can't arrest nobody of no crime because he fucked it up. He did something that messed up the whole crime or the whole scenario, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like he don't learn. He continues to do these stupid things throughout the series. And it's like, yeah, he does kind of redeem himself. And some of the reasons he does, some of the things he does, he has a reason for. But it just, bro, you part of MPD. You could honestly just go tell them. And that probably would have fixed everything. But, you know, stupid gonna do what stupid does. Joey's character, I really didn't fuck with, like, at all. Like, until, like, the very end, he gained a little respect for me. But throughout the time he got introduced and that time, I wasn't rocking with him. I really didn't have any dislikes towards the show. I kind of enjoyed it through and through. There's probably like one season I didn't like, but I can't even remember it. I can't even remember why I didn't like it, so I'm not even going to, touch up on it, whatever. But yeah, Dexter overall was a good show. The suspense was amazing. The stakes were high. You never knew if Dexter was going to get caught or not because there was always somebody that was on his trail. And he would always have to find a way to divert them from that trail. And you never know what's going to happen. And sometimes it would be by accident that he actually don't get caught. It would be by total accident. He wouldn't even do this shit. Like, it'll just happen. But, like I said, overall the show is good. It's good. I give it a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10 through the whole show. All 8 seasons, 9 out of 10. I give it a 9 out of 10. I really don't want to talk too much more about it because I don't want to spoil it for those that do want to go check it out and shit like that. I might do a spoiler review later on. I don't know yet. Maybe if this video gets at least like 3-4 likes, I might do that. But we going to see. Anyways, that's the review. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, share, family and friends. Try and get the channel booming. This is a family movement. Come join the D-Clan. And go check out my gaming channel if you want to go check out the Assassin's Creed Shadows videos. And I may continue One Piece World Seeker depending on how fast I finish Assassin's Creed Shadows. But y'all go check those out. I'm going to catch y'all later. Stretch the best.